Hello everyone, welcome back to Matchbox Memories. Today I'm going to be looking at some moving parts vehicles from Mix 6. I have almost all of them. I am missing the Ford Bronco and the Super Chase, that's part of that pack, but I got the rest of them. And then I also have a bunch of Mainlines that I've bought over the last few months that I haven't opened and reviewed for you guys, so I'm just going to open those as well. And just to show you quickly what we're going to look at today. So give me a second and we will go through these moving parts vehicles. Maybe we'll just look at them all up front and then we'll open them all up and have a look at the cars individually. So first of all, we have the 1980 Mercedes-Benz 450 SCL, which we've seen in blue and which I've opened, but unfortunately I could not find that particular vehicle. So I can't do a comparison today, but there it is. I think I might like this in green better than the blue, surprisingly. It is a very, very nice vehicle. There's the back and the various licenses. Next we have the 1950 Chevy Suburban, and we've seen this in a few different versions, and this one's in green with black with a painted hood there, or engine I should say. 70th anniversary 2019 Ford Mustang convertible with opening doors. It's got that gray, black and orange Matchbox theme that they've been running through their vehicles. A Jeep Gladiator in red. So the mainline version has doors. The moving parts version has doors. The mainline versions don't have doors. This one looks like a new casting. It's the 1957 Ford Country Sedan. I love this. I see this peg warming and I don't understand why people don't buy it, because it is absolutely a fantastic looking vehicle. All the bells and whistles. Wow. And then of course the 1983 Buick Riviera, which I also think is a new casting. I certainly haven't seen it before. And we'll open those and have a look at them. So give me a second while I open those up, guys, and we will review them. So I've opened those up, guys, and let's just go through them real quick. So the 1950 Chevy Suburban, this is the third or fourth version that I have seen of this. We saw it in red and black in the previous mix. There you see it with the engine opening, and the engine is painted in blue. At least the engine block is. It's quite a sharp vehicle. 1950. And then the only other version that I could find, I think I also have it in red and black somewhere, but the only other version that I could find that I have it open is this version, the Aeroflint Camp version. This is a reoccurring theme with Matchbox, and I personally think this one's much nicer, even though the front lights are not filled in as it is with that. Quite like it with the livery on the sides. Makes a fairly boring car somewhat more interesting and somewhat more collectible. And of course there's the infamous National Parks version that I never got my hands on, that I'm still looking for. So that's the first vehicle, guys. I'm just going to go through these in no particular order. Here's a Mercedes-Benz opening doors. We've seen this in blue before, as I previously mentioned. This reminds me of a vehicle that I had in blue as a kid. The metal felt quite different from the metal that we feel today in the old Matchbox cars. And this is the 1980 Mercedes-Benz 450 SEL. Really, really nice. Very, very collectible. Fully detailed. MB sedan. It's very nice, and not too much of a gap where the door is open. Not amazing, but not terrible. So here's the new casting. This is the first version of this particular vehicle that I have in my collection. The 1983 Buick Riviera, made in Thailand. Chrome base, good set of wheels, convertible, grey interior, left-hand drive. The back is not detailed, and I'm not sure why they didn't detail it. Oh, there is a bit of side livery. Nice car. I mean, I don't know if I want to keep paying $450 for that particular vehicle, but certainly don't mind having one of them in my collection. As far as I know, another new casting, the Jeep Gladiator. Yeah, 2022 license, so it's fairly new, 2022 Mattel. Maybe they have made this before and I just never added it to my collection. Jeep sign, detailed back, detailed front. It's a nice vehicle. And then if we compare it really quickly to the mainline version, quite similar. This one doesn't have the doors. The 70th anniversary Mustang, the 2019 Ford Mustang. It's a nice casting, this. That looks really good. Look how well this doors fit on that. At least on one side. Yeah, fully detailed. Can't complain. Beautiful set of wheels. Yeah, that's a beauty. And then last but not least, the 1957 Ford Country Sedan. This is just an absolute beauty. There's been one sitting at the pegs in the local Walmart for a week, and I'm not sure why somebody's just not snapping this up, because what a fantastic vehicle and what a fantastic set of colors they made this in. Look at that, red and white. Painted engine. That's a beauty. So that's it for mainlines, guys. Sorry, for moving parts, guys. Let's have a look at some of these mainline vehicles. I'm going to start off with this Garbage King. So I'm not sure if this is the third or the fourth mix, but it took Matchbox almost 4 or 5 months to send these to Walmart, or Walmart was holding it in their storage and didn't release them. But anyways, these have been... we've just seen them come to Walmart in Vancouver, and it's mid-August now. So there's a huge gap of 5 months where we just didn't get any new vehicles. The collectors are very, very happy to get these. Let's have a look at this one. So this one's called the Garbage King. It's got a 2022 license. It's really, really nice. And then there's several other versions of that I have that I'm going to open. Let's have a look at all of these first. So this one is a National Parks version I've been wanting to open for the longest time, and finally I've got a reason to do so. This is from 2018. It's another version which is a little bit older, not 2022, so a little bit more recent than the green one. This one's an older version for sure. Keep the bay clean. This one is from 2009, so you can see how old this casting is. And then got 2 other versions of this that I'm going to show you. This one is from 2019, so this seems like a vehicle that Matchbox produces quite often. It's not licensed. 2021, and then I have a few other versions that I'm going to go through with you guys just so that we have seen them all. And then I have some really, really old versions that we're also going to open. So this is there is a change in the casting. These are quite a bit bigger. I have a few of these that were also made in England. These are Chinese versions. And we'll have a look at those a little bit closer as well once I open them. So give me a second. I'm just going to open these up and we'll have a look at all the garbage trucks. So I've opened them all up, guys. Let's look at the new one. The new Garbage King. This one says Matchbox Construction Garbage King. Nice livery. No moving part on this. Garbage King. Good set of wheels. Well designed. Looks really, really good. And then I just want to show you a quick... So we've got several versions of these, and let's just look at the newer version first. So it is in green. It says West Coast Recycling. Recycling is responsibility. So there's another versions. Try not to move my hand across the screen there. P&W Pacific Northwest Sanitation. Not sure if that's a licensed logo there. City Waste Services, MBX. Sadly, my eyes are not good enough to read that logo, so I'm not sure where that is. Keep the bay clean. No dumping. Drains to bay. So this is Maryland Department of Public Works. So this one's definitely a licensed garbage truck. Fancy garbage truck, but it's got a license for that particular city. And this one's of course national parks. This is going to look great in with all my other national parks vehicles that I own. So I'm just going to get the original one, and we're just going to compare it to the older casting. You can see the size difference. So the Chinese vehicle was the truck itself was all metal, and it had this moving part which was really awesome as a kid. So you can kind of push the garbage out by moving this little piece there. Of course, it's not very well made, but as a kid I quite enjoyed this vehicle. I had the English versions of it, which was much sturdier. So let's just have a quick look at these Chinese versions. I'm not going to go through them all, but just quick. So you can see they're quite a bit larger, metal with plastic base. The current versions look to be all plastic on top, and just the cab itself is metal, but the majority of this vehicle is plastic, as you can see, and you can see the size difference. So Matchbox obviously cutting costs by cutting the size of materials they use in making these vehicles. But they both work, and just to show you guys some of these older garbage trucks, they're quite nice, and I have quite a few more in my collection. Just haven't organized it well enough to pull them all out for this particular video. But let's just move along. So there are the newer versions and there are the older versions, and that's the new mainline version that I just opened. So next, let's look at another old casting that I've had in my collection for a while. So this is the latest version of it. It is the Plowmaster 6000, and I've got a few different versions of this that I want to look at and compare to this particular vehicle. So there it is. There's the back, and let's open this up and have a look at it. So I've opened it up, guys. Let's have a closer look at it. So it's the plow moves. Oh, it used to move, but it's sort of stuck on now, so it doesn't move with this particular casting. It's quite a nice casting, I have to say. Good color combination. Something maintenance. Road maintenance. Yeah, it's really well designed. I don't think Matchbox has created anything for this thing to tow as yet, but interesting that they do have a tow at the back. And then I have several versions of it. So there's been a couple of castings changes. So the older versions, the plow used to actually move, so there's a bit of a moving part there. And this part here was metal. In the new versions of it, it's plastic right there. And we've seen a few versions of this. So these are older. This is the Forest Services Park Ranger version, and then of course there's the National Parks version, which is a very popular vehicle. Maintenance road crew. And you can see it's stuck on that one. And it's stuck on that. So there was a casting change, and then the really old version of it It's called the Plowmaster or whatever this thing's called, but it didn't actually have a plow. It didn't come with a plow for whatever reason. Must have been a safety concern. I always thought it was some sort of an error, but I saw a brand new one and it didn't have a plow either. So quite a nice vehicle. I like it. I think it's a good one for kids and quite collectible in my eyes. All right, so I'm going to look at a bunch of cars. Actually, before we do that, I forgot I had another moving parts from part of that set. So here is the 1988 Mazda RX-7 in white. See the moving part there, fully detailed back. I'm just going to open that up real quick and we will have a look at it. That is, guys, out of its packaging. I have nothing to compare this to. Detailed engine. See, that looks quite good. It's a bit stiff to close, but it does close. Not bad. Closes fairly well. Still a bit of a gap. A bit too much of a gap. And this actually looks quite true to the real version. Fully detailed back, double exhaust. Chrome bottom, decent set of wheels for the era of the car. I quite like it. Let's move along and have a look at some more of these mainlines. So Jeep Gladiator, sorry, 2020 Jeep Gladiator in black. Let's open that. And then we have a 2009 International E-Star with cargo couriers, which is a theme that I collect, so I'm happy to add this to my collection. Not my favorite vehicle, but I do like that cargo couriers livery, and I do collect it. Here is a Toyota 4Runner. This is the second version, the red version. I got this on Whatnot. I don't have any other cars from this mix, it's just this one. Let's open that up. I'm going to open up this Bugatti, the 2018 Bugatti Divo. This is the fourth, I think it's a fourth version of this now. I didn't pull the other ones out. There's also a Target exclusive in red, which I have not found yet, but I am hoping to get at some point. I'm going to open that up. And then there's the 2018 Dodge Charger in black, which will open. And then, okay, so let's open those for now and then get to the rest. Before I go through those, guys, I just found two more garbage trucks that I forgot to show you guys. So here they are. Bedola, I think, Eco Resource Processing. I'm going to put those with those Nuvo ones, and then I also have this in green, MBX Trash Removal Recycle for the Future. Sending kids a good message. So we have a few different versions of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 versions of that particular vehicle. Seems like one that Matchbox is going to do forever, since it's not licensed and it probably cost them less to produce it. So let's have a look at these. Rubicon, the Jeep Rubicon. This one's weird. It says the C isn't quite filled in, so it looks like it says Rubik on, which is weird. That's why I sort of looked at it twice there. This one's, the paint job's better. It says Rubicon. The 2020 Jeep Gladiator. Fantastic casting, and I think the black one might be the best one yet. Look at that, just fantastic. And we've seen this in several colors, red, green, blue, I think. So this is at least the 4th or the 5th version of it. And then if we just do a quick comparison to the moving parts version, you can see that they're quite similar. Is this also a 2020? Doesn't say. Anyways, I like this vehicle. I'm happy to add it to my collection. I think they look fantastic. I'm not sure if we looked at the Bugatti, but there it is. The 2018 Dodge Charger in black. I think this looks fantastic. I can only find one other version of it in my collection, and I pull it out to show you guys. It's in purple. I'm not sure if I have another version of it. Oh, I know for sure I have it in red. That's right. It came in part of the Dodge series in blue and red, and I likely haven't opened them yet. So they're in my collection somewhere. I just haven't opened them. You have the Walmart exclusive Dodge series that Matchbox did, and I know there's 2 different versions of this in there. So definitely have more than the 2 versions, but there's 2 for you guys to look at. Got several versions of this vehicle. I didn't pull them out either because we've seen them all before on video. This one says cargo couriers. There is a map of the United States. It says for all your moving needs, fast, reliable transportation. It's a licensed vehicle and a fantastic livery. (2009) International E-Star. This one's just beautiful. This is the second version of the new Toyota 4Runner, the 2018 Toyota 4Runner. Absolutely phenomenal. Look at that. If you don't have this, guys, go out and find one. Hasn't come to Vancouver yet. I bought this on Whatnot. It cost me $2 US plus shipping. Part of a bigger order, so the shipping was not that much on it. But yeah, what a fantastic vehicle. It's going to look really, really good next to the first version of this that came out in red that I have also cracked and have it displayed in my apartment. Beautiful. All right, next we're going to look at the remaining cars. There aren't too many left to look at, so let's look at these quickly. First, we're going to look at this 2018 Bentley Beniaga in white. This is the 3rd version of it that's been released. It also came in red and blue. I think the blue one was the first version. So we're going to open that up. We're going to look at the Audi e-tron, the 2nd version of the Audi e-tron. It was also released in blue. I think it was blue, but anyways, I have it open somewhere. I will pull that out. We're going to look at this 1994 Mitsubishi 3000 GT in red. The first version of this came out in black. And then we're going to, let's have a look at this one first. So then there's the Tesla Model Y, first time in white. Going to open that and compare that to some of the older Teslas. And then last but not least, this new model, this new casting, I should say, the 2016 Nissan Sentra. And there's 2 different versions of this. There's 2 different wheels for you guys to look out. There's a 5-spoke and a 6-spoke wheel. And apparently the factory just ran out of wheels and they added a different set of wheels on these. So keep a lookout, guys. It's always fun when you find something different. There it is with 2 different sets of wheels. I'm going to open both so we can have a look at them. New casting. I think it's really, really nice. I think it's very collectible. I hope they do this in many, many colors. Basic car, but quite a collectible one. All right. So, and then last but not least, I'm going to open this. The NASA SEV Chariot. And I've got the premium version of it as well out. So we're going to have a look at this versus the premium version that I purchased on Whatnot a few months ago. All right, so give me a second while I open those up and we will have a review. Sorry, and I almost missed this car here. It's the 2019 Volkswagen Beetle convertible. It's come out a few different versions of it already, so that is in red. I'm going to open this one as well. I think it's really cute. I like collecting these. I have half a dozen of them somewhere in my collection, and they are very, very collectible. Unfortunately, I don't know where I kept them. So that is in red. I'm going to open that as well, so give me a second. So those have been opened up, and I'm going to start off with this the Chariot, the NASA Chariot. So this is the baseline model, the one I just opened. I think it's a really nice model. Not sure what that part at the back there is supposed to be. NASA SEV Chariot. I'm not sure what the SEV stands for. But amazing. Look at those wheels. And then they made it in premium and charged us 4 times the price. And this one's really good as well. I got this for a couple of bucks loose on a Whatnot site. I do have a brand new version that's packaged as well. And just do the side by side. So rubber wheels on the premium one, obviously. They're quite nice. Quite collectible, if you ask me. Might have to start a little NASA collection. I've got a few vehicles with NASA on it now, so there they are. Just thought it'd be interesting to show you guys those, and I just want to show you guys the 2 Nissan Sentras with different sets of wheels. These are it's just a case of a factory running out of wheels and then popping on a different set. Just to show you the dates, this one is S07, so this is the newer one. So this was made in 2024 in week 7. And this one is R48. So 2023 week 48. Everything else is same about the vehicle. And I don't think I've shown them, so just going to show you the front. Yeah, those are phenomenal. I'm so happy I got both versions. I read about it online, and surprisingly I got some in the US, in Washington, and then they just came to our local Walmart, and guess what? They had 2 different sets of wheels. So absolutely happy to not have to hunt for these and just naturally become a part of my collection. So that's fantastic. I love that. I think that is amazing. Next we're going to look at the Mitsubishi 3000 GT in red. The wheels are not bad. I love the plastic inclusion as for the headlights. You can see the Mitsubishi sign at the front, so detailed front, detailed back, no side livery, left-hand drive. It's really nice. And then the original version was in black. In black, same Mitsubishi sign at the front, same detailing. Number plate also seems to have the Mitsubishi sign. Let me just have a look at this one. No number plate in that particular model. .3000 GT. So more detailing on this one for sure. It's got that extra bit. I guess it was the first model. They spent a few more cents on each vehicle. Good vehicles. Let's look at the new Tesla. I can never tell if they're X's or Y's. They look exactly the same to me. This one is a Toyota Model Y in white for the first time. Seems like everyone does one. We've seen it in Hot Wheels. We've seen this vehicle in Matchbox in several different colors. Here's another Y in red. I'm guessing those 2 are X's because they have a different, somewhat different roof. That's an X in blue and an X in white. So they do look slightly different. I don't know my Teslas well enough to call them out. But there they are, guys. I'm not going to spend too much time on them. Oh, and of course we have it in grey as well. That's a Y as well. So we've got 3 Ys and 2 X's. All Tesla, all Matchbox. Let's have a look at this Volkswagen convertible. 2019 Volkswagen Beetle in red. I've got several versions of this. Can't believe I couldn't find them. Really nice piece to display. Quite cute. Detail front and back. All the bells and whistles. Very cute. And then last but not least, the Audi e-tron in grey, fully detailed back and front. And then we've also seen this in blue before. This was the first version. Quite popular when it first came out. So there they are, side by side, guys. And is there anything else I want to show you? Oh yeah, just one last thing I want to show you guys. Oh, forgot about the Bentley, didn't I? Give me 1 second. And finally, the Bentley Beniaga in white. I think this is the nicest version of this particular vehicle that's come out. We've seen it in red and blue as well, and we'll have a quick look at those right after this. This one's really nice. Can't wait for them to make this in black. Quite gangster in white, I would say. And then I think the blue version was the first one. This one almost barely came to Vancouver. I had to buy this either on eBay or whatnot through the US, import it into Canada. It's not even that popular a car. It just never made it to Walmart or any of the dollar stores in Canada. So there it is, the 2018 Bentley Beniaga in blue, the original version. They've kept with the same set of wheels, which works for this vehicle for all 3 models. This is the red version, or maroon, from a couple of years ago. Or was it last year? It might have been last year, actually. Looks quite good. All of them look good. I'm not sure if these have an interior. They don't appear to have an interior. And then the last thing I want to show you guys is this green light vehicle I found. This is the Chase. It doesn't say Chase on it anywhere. The only reason you know it's a Chase is because it's green, and the regular version is in blue. I collect this Golf livery, so don't usually collect these. There's about $16 Canadian plus tax. But I picked this one up because I think it's quite nice. It's a nice vehicle. It's the Golf theme. It is a Chase piece, and of course I couldn't say no to it. And that's it, guys. Plan to do more videos this month. Thank you for following me and watching my videos. I do appreciate it. Please do subscribe to my channel if you already haven't done so, and have a fantastic week.